fake news. Fake news has been receiving some attention lately from mainstream media. The reason it's been receiving that attention is because it's beginning to compete with mainstream media in terms of providing news, especially with the advent of social media platforms like Facebook and Twitter. So a lot of the fake news is being shared on Facebook and Twitter, and most of the fake news is basically preying on the fact that people will click, and it's called clickbaiting. So clickbait means that it's either they provide very appealing headline, or they write a story which is fake, but people can only find out it is fake, or can only suspect it is fake after they've been reading it. So as soon as they've clicked, that website is gaining views, and views is what advertisers want in a website. A website which is receiving a lot of attention will get a lot of views, and so advertisers are likely to invest or to advertise on the platform, and that means that the person who is running the website can make a bit of money from that. Okay, so of concern has been the fact that this fake news is being peddled on Facebook, it's being peddled on Twitter, and it's gaining momentum even more than the traditional news organizations themselves. So we saw with the Trump election how a lot of fake news was peddled, some of it to the extent that one of the news items actually said that the Pope Francis had endorsed Donald Trump for president during the presidential campaign in the United States. And there was also news to the effect that Denzel Washington had endorsed a certain candidate. So a lot has been going on in terms of fake news. And on the Zimbabwean stage, a lot of websites are rushing to publish stories which they have not verified, or coming up with very cheesy headlines. For example, they might say something like, let's say a prominent person, or maybe they could say the president, or maybe not the president, but they could mention a name which is similar to the president's name. They could say, for example, Mugabe trips. Okay, then in the story they could say something like Simon Mugabe, tripped when whatever. Okay, so that means that they are saying something. Okay, or they've just mentioned a prominent person's name in the headline, but it's not actually the person that they're talking about. They're talking about a completely different person. But by the time you find out that it's not the person you thought it was, you have clicked. Okay, and that counts towards the number of views on their website. Right. So there have also been pictures, and there's also been videos on WhatsApp, especially. There have been a lot of videos and a lot of pictures. And actually the reason I wanted to do this short video was to talk about this picture. And I'm sure you've seen that picture. Now, this picture came out during the time when there were protests around the world. And these protests were against one of the things that Donald Trump had said. Okay, so when this picture came out, a lot of people were passing it on WhatsApp, and they were apparently saying that this picture was taken in Harare, and it was Zimbabwean women protesting against Donald Trump. So a lot of the comments, which were quite negative, or they were protesting against the picture, one of the main comments was to say, why are these women protesting against a Trump presidency, or what Donald Trump is doing in the United States, when they cannot confront their own Robert Mugabe in Zimbabwe? Okay, so I looked at the picture and I thought, those roads don't look like Zimbabwean roads, and those women, maybe not. And why are they not carrying any placards anyway? So I decided to do a picture search. Now you can do an image search on Google. If you just type in on Google, search by image, okay, you can upload a picture, and then it'll tell you the source of that picture. So you get links to the websites where that picture's actually been taken. And I actually found out that the picture had come from a website which was reporting on the protests that were going on around the world, and this picture was one of them. I actually found that actual picture, and it turns out that this was in, wait for it, Malawi. So this picture was actually from Malawi, so these were not Zimbabwean women. So all of those people who were investing their emotional energies in denigrating Zimbabwean women should have had egg on their face. So my advice is, avoid just taking things at face value and believing everything that you see on social media, everything that you see on especially WhatsApp. And all those long, like really long articles, okay, that you spend 5-10 minutes reading, and most of them are maybe of a racist nature and are saying something or some negative things about, say, black people, and then it turns out that it's just something that someone wrote, but they are attributing it to maybe Pete Botha or P.W. Botha, of who was president of South Africa, and then a few months later the same story comes back, and this time is being said that the person who said this was Donald Trump. So we're getting these, and you think, actually I've seen this before, and the last time I saw it, it was apparently P.W. Botha who penned it, but now it turns out that it's Donald Trump. So I think it's fake news once again. Fake news, fake pictures, fake videos, all making the rounds. So we need to be wary of that. And in this day and age, I mean, you can simply do a Google search for the story. You can copy and paste a section of the story into Google, and it will give you the original source of the article. And you can also do that with pictures. I'm not sure if you can do that with video, but I know with pictures you can actually search, and I think it's easier to see whether a video is fake or not, unless it has been cleverly manipulated to change the voices and all that. Okay, so I mean, that's it for now. That's all I wanted to talk about. I wanted to talk about that picture specifically, and so I will see you in the next video. Thank you for watching. A little bit of politics, okay? Not an expert in politics, but I have opinions, and so does everyone, okay? So if you've got any comments to make and you want a response, just put them